We are back right now with an Eyewitness News exclusive. Your children have been learning online for more than a month now. Tonight, we've teamed up with Connecticut's 2 teacher unions to bring you an exclusive look at the evolution of distance learning and the impact it has on families and teachers. Our data shows teachers are working harder than ever before and still learning as they go.
And in many cases, they are doing this while caring for their own families. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell has our first report about the toll distance learning is taking on teachers.
Allie Kirchberger is a 5th grade teacher of the year at Hopeville Elementary in Waterbury. She, like many of us, never thought the coronavirus would halt life as we knew it.
We do not want any more gatherings with more than 250 people, and that's going to be an executive order.
There's no way our district will close. Our district is huge, and there's no way we can accommodate and do. And then come Friday of that week, we were closed.
March 13th would be the beginning of distance learning. Students log on daily, get their assignments, complete them, and send it back. Sounds easy enough, but in reality, there's much more to it.
It definitely took some time to get going, especially in Waterbury.
Our exclusive survey, done in partnership with the Connecticut Education Association and the American Federation of Teachers, reached nearly every public school teacher in Connecticut. More than 1,000 responded. This is a look at their stress levels. On a scale of 1 to 10, most are at an 8 or above. Mary Jordan is the president of the Norwalk Federation of Teachers.
They consistently use the word overwhelmed.
It could be because 74% say their workload is bigger since the coronavirus.
It's definitely been a struggle for some to get it going, but we're getting there.
72% said they're learning this on their own right now.
50 to 60% of our members had to figure out how to turn on Google Classroom, how to load the lessons, how to upload, how to differentiate and set up those different assignments.
Other teachers shared these concerns, getting all students to actively engage, missing, worrying about students, especially those I have not heard from, and work and personal life balance. Department of Education Commissioner Dr. Miguel Cardona admits the state had just 3 weeks to roll out this unprecedented form of learning, and even now the struggles are evident.
I know that in Connecticut, there are many students who still don't have access. This is really bringing up equity in access issues in Connecticut.
Everyone from teachers to administrators to students and their families all across the country were thrown into this. Students and teachers rely on face-to-face learning and the ability for a flowing back and forth conversation. Teachers say online learning is diminishing that.
We don't do what we do without having that face-to-face contact.
We asked teachers what their biggest challenges are. The top answer, not seeing students face-to-face.
Reading a child's panicked expression, helping that child 4 times in 5 minutes because they just couldn't understand the directions. All of that is impossible when you're not in the room.
Their second answer, relying on the technology.
Being able to provide them original, work and tutorials was important to me.
Wendy Lou Duong is an algebra teacher at Maloney High in Meriden. Her subject requires detailed explanations.
I'm just going to insert a 1 in front of the x so that I know that it's a negative 1x.
Some students need to hear it more than once, but the equipment she received did not allow her to break down the equations like this, step by step, so she spent $800 on her own on a Microsoft Surface Pro that enables her to do the show and tell necessary in algebra.
In the long run, I have about 120 students. It's like $7 a kid. And to me, my kids are worth it.
Not only did she spend the extra money, she goes the extra step in posting the lessons on YouTube.
Plus 2. And instead of 2y, it's going to be 2 times -2 equals -7.
Leaving teachers to spend their own money on additional products might be an example of how districts could have done more in preparing teachers for online learning. The survey found nearly half of the teachers felt their district didn't do well with preparations.
It's been a real learning curve for some colleagues who weren't as far along that process.
On top of juggling the responsibility of a classroom of dozens of students, about a third of teachers surveyed say they're doing their best to execute learning plans for their students while caring for their own children. And all teachers seem to know someone in that position. Duong's sister is one of them.
She's an elementary school teacher, so I know she's definitely feeling the crunch at first, maintaining the routines. They're all in different grades.
that's been definitely a struggle with a lot of my colleagues, for sure.
You'll hear more from our teachers tomorrow, as well as some officials from their unions, as we look closer at the logistics of rolling out the online learning. 60,000 laptops were donated, and we're still in the process of getting them. We'll look at the toll that's taking on local families tomorrow. Matthew Campbell, Channel 13 News.